Public sector funding. Public sector organisations do not have the facility to make a profit. They are funded from public taxes. These taxes may be central or local taxes. The main difference between private and public sector organisations lies in how they are financed. The services they provide are funded by the government largely from public taxes. These taxes may be in the form of central taxes such as income tax, VAT, road tax, stamp duty, duty on petrol, tobacco, alcohol, etc. Additionally, organisations may receive funds from government as a result of borrowing or monies received from specific activities from the European Union. Local authorities also have the option of raising revenue through car parking fees or hiring of leisure facilities. As the funds for public sector organisations are public money, the public has the right to know that those funds are being spent correctly and as they would wish. As public sector organisations do not operate using funds they have raised themselves, but rather funds raised from the public, it is vital that they do not waste this money and that all resources are used effectively. Every public sector organisation therefore has a duty to spend public money effectively, ensuring the best use of their resources, behaving in an environmentally friendly way, and contributing to sustainable economies and the community. This is known as transparency and is a powerful way of promoting efficiency as taxpayers are able to see how their money is being spent. As discussed previously, there are many types of public sector organisations. These include NHS health organisations, state education organisations, local authorities, government departments, non-ministerial departments, executive agencies, and non-departmental public bodies. We will now go through these in a little more detail. Local authorities report to the Secretary of State for Communities and Local Government and are responsible for the running of local areas. County councils cover large areas and provide most public services, including schools, social services, and public transportation. District councils cover smaller areas within the county and provide more local services, including council housing, gyms and leisure facilities, local planning, recycling, and rubbish collection. Unitary authorities. In most large towns and cities, there will be just one level of local government called a unitary authority. They are responsible for all local services instead of the two-tier system of county and district councils. Town and parish councils exist in some parts of England and Wales, covering small areas and with responsibility for things like allotments, public toilets, parks, war memorials, and local community centres. The organisation of central government is separated into separate government departments. Most government departments are headed by the Secretary of State or another senior minister, and the structure of these departments tends to reflect what functions the minister has to oversee. Some examples of these include the Cabinet Office, the Department for Health, the HM Treasury, and the Ministry for Defence. Some departments are known as non-ministerial. This means that they are not headed directly by a minister, but rather a board, answerable to Parliament. Some examples include Charity Commission, the Food Standards Agency, HM Revenue and Customs, and the Office of Fair Trading. Executive agencies are usually under the control of government departments. They have a defined business function. They operate almost like a separate organisation from the main department. Some examples include the Highways Agency, HM Court and Tribunal Service, the Identity and Passport Service, Job Centre Plus, and the UK Border Agency. Non-departmental public bodies have two functions. The first is executive. This means they carry out a wide range of administrative, commercial, regulatory or technical duties. The second is advisory. Some examples include the Competition Commission, English Heritage, the Environment Agency, and the Health and Safety Executive. Examples of advisory are Advisory Council on the Misuse of Drugs, the Committee on Standards in Public Life, and the Pay Review Body. Usually, an organisation's aim is stated in its mission statement. An organisation's objectives are determined by the type of organisation and its sector. For example, the main objectives of any organisation in the public sector is to provide efficient and effective public services, whilst carrying out government policy and complying with legislation. As they are funded with public taxes, they must provide the best value for money services. Private sector organisations usually focus on growth and profit, and within the voluntary sector, their focus is helping a cause that cannot help themselves. The following are three examples of mission statements from organisations within each of the sectors. The first is from the NHS. This is effective care, well delivered. Nike, to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Greenpeace, we defend the natural world and promote peace by investigating, exposing and confronting environmental abuse and championing environmentally responsible solutions.